Welcome, adventurers! Today, we plunge deep beneath the waves to expose one of the Forgotten Realm's most legendary secret societies, the Kraken Society. Feared by sailors and whispered about in port taverns, this cabal casts its shadow over the trackless sea and the north, orchestrating conspiracies that shake empires above and below the waves. Many attribute the Society's creation to the infamous Kraken wizard Slarkrethel, sometimes called the King of the Trackless Depths, Consort of the Bitch Queen, or Seraph of Umberlee. Legends disagree about his origins. Some claim he awoke only centuries ago, in 151 DR. Others whisper he's unimaginably ancient, predating even the giant dragon wars by more than 40,000 years. Slarkrethel's emergence as a power player began in 244 DR, when he discovered the submerged remains of the elven city of Ascal. Delving into ancient secrets there, he resolved to restore his race's lost glory and attain godhood. His schemes laying the foundation for the Kraken Society. From Ascal, his influence rippled outward for centuries. The origins of the Society's land operations stretch back to 1148 DR, when agents rescued sailors from doomed ships. The rescued were given stark choices: join the ranks as spies and informants, or become slaves. Those proving truly loyal found a second life. Pretenders vanished beneath the tides, fueling whispered stories of the Society's ruthlessness. By 1278 DR, the Kraken Society had unearthed legends of the fabled dwarven city Gauntlorgrim. Their agents delved into these deep ruins, sparking a bitter feud with the mind flayers who controlled the city. A captured Illithid and a wounded Elder Brain marked the beginning of a long vendetta, a secret war of abductions and assassinations that reshaped the region's power structure. For centuries, Slarkrethel also ruled his oceanic domain with an array of formidable bodyguards. His retinue includes weresharks, nereids, merrow, wicked dire sharks, charmed killer whales, an eye of the deep, and other uniquely enchanted creatures. These minions act as both guardians and expendable pawns. Slarkrethel never hesitates to sacrifice them to achieve his goals. One of the most chilling aspects of his reign can be seen on the Purple Rocks. Generations ago, the islanders sacrificed their young to the sea. Those children, transformed by Slarkrethel's magic, would resurface years later as adults bearing Piscine deformities, loyally serving the Deep Lord, then returning to him in death. Structure within the Society is labyrinthine by design. Most members are oblivious to the true hierarchy. Only a chosen inner circle knows Slarkrethel's identity, including agents like Vestres, the Regent of Ascal, the Scum Lord of Skullport, High Captain Rethnor of Luskan, and the doppelganger Seminemily. Their regional authority is absolute, but each ultimately serves the will of the Kraken beneath. The Society's reach extends far into human settlements. By the late 14th century, they had cells in coastal cities like Waterdeep, Loskan, and Yarta, as well as hundreds of agents on surface islands such as the Purple Rocks. Their influence was so pervasive that oftentimes neither lawmen nor adventurers realized the threat until disaster struck. The Society's true power lies in secrets. Every blackmail, every rumor, every hidden plot turns the wheels of Slarkrethel's pursuit of godhood. Information is sold for profit, leveraged to manipulate rivals, or used to destabilize regions, making the Kraken Society both legendary spy masters and deadly political saboteurs. Their tactics differ dramatically above and below the waterline. Underwater cells are armies of monstrous allies, using direct conquest. Land-based cells act as thieves' guilds or assassin rings, favoring intimidation, manipulation, kidnapping, and assassination. All members are trained to observe, infiltrate, and when needed, disappear without a trace. The Kraken Society's magical arsenal is equally cunning. Slarkrethel uses magic items created specifically for aquatic use, mimicking the effects of potent land-based artifacts. Among them, the Kraken Gates, massive teleportation portals under the sea. rings of fast scrying for distant communication, and rings of mind cloaking to hide thoughts and allegiances from magical detection. The faith of Umberlee, Queen of the Depths, entwines tightly with the society. In 1358 DR, Slark-Rethel became her chosen, forging an alliance that granted the society divine protection and new magical powers. In return, their agents shared crucial information with Umberland priests, amplifying both organizations' sway over coastal trade and seafaring life. Slark-Rethel's ambitions drew him into epic conflicts. In 1361 DR, the Society orchestrated war between Ruathim and the Sea Elves, weakening both so Luskan and the Society could move in. That same year, allied Sea Elves and Tritons launched an assault on Askal, freeing many slaves, though Askal itself weathered the attack with little harm. Their deadly rivalry with the Mind Flayers peaked in 1366 DR, when the Illithids assassinated Baron Alahar Comfros of Yarta, a prominent Society affiliate. This bold retribution reflected the depth of enmity between the Society and the denizens of Gauntlgrim, a grudge that would see many more disappearances and betrayals. The Kraken Society's meddling often drew the ire of powerful opposition. Among their chief enemies, the Harpers, Lords Alliance, Knights of the Shield, the Host Tower of the Arcane, and, of course, the Mind Flayers. The destruction of the Harper ship Maiden's Defiance by Slark-Rethel in 1368 DR served as a chilling warning to other would-be investigators. The Society's activities are marked not just by violence, but by subtler forms of manipulation. They would plant magical artifacts on ships targeted for wrecking, smuggle forbidden lore, and even engineer city-state rivalries to prevent any one coastal power from growing too influential. All to further Slark-Rethel's ultimate goal of godhood. In 1370 DR, at Umberlee's command, the Society also moved to undermine her former consort Iakovus, gathering and concealing powerful magical relics so that Iakovus could not challenge Umberlee's supremacy in the Trackless Sea. This task intertwined the Society's machinations ever tighter with divine intrigue. In the modern era, the Society's role evolved. Their alliance with the Blue Dragon Imelith during the events of Storm King's Thunder saw them aiding the assassination of Storm Giant Queen Neri and the kidnapping of King Hecaton, proving the Society remains a force to reckon with, able to meddle in the affairs of even the mightiest of giants. Throughout the Sword Coast and the islands of the far north, the Kraken's mark surfaces in subtle ways. Squid-like idols in island temples, tentacle figureheads on ships, and esoteric symbols only recognized in Society-dominated territories. But the true scope of the Kraken Society's power remains mostly hidden, even from many of its own members. For Dungeon Masters, the Kraken Society offers story hooks that blend espionage, horror, and epic maritime adventures. Their cells can serve as masterminds behind missing persons, sunken vessels, or unnatural storms. Their penchant for ancient ritual and monstrous allies lets them haunt both city streets and the darkest oceanic trenches. The legend of Slark-Rethel endures, equal parts ancient terror, monstrous wizard, and demi-divine conspirator. His society is a shadow that stretches from the lowest dungeon of Skullport to the deepest abyss beneath the Trackless Sea, always grasping for more knowledge, more allies, and above all, a path to godhood. Sail the northern seas and beware. The Deep Lord's reach is longer than any mortal sailor dreams.